colder.
Hi Lucy, good afternoon all. Yes, it is feeling a bit chilly, especially if you're out in that breeze or under the thicker cloud, but temperature is quite typical of what we would expect at this stage in early October. Now actually over the next few days, some fairly lengthy dry spells in the forecast. Contrast that to yesterday where some of us saw quite a bit of rain. In fact, one of our weather stations near Rhyl saw nearly a month's worth of rainfall in the space of 24 hours. Out there this afternoon then, we do have some patchy rain and drizzle. I think highest chance for this in parts of the north and then towards the border. Quite a lot of cloud around too, maybe a little bit of mist and hill fog locally. The best of the brighter spells the further southwest you are. So today's afternoon highs then up to about 13 to 17 Celsius. The winds coming down from the north for exposed spots. It is quite breezy out there too. As for this evening and overnight, we will see some clearer skies introduced, and then cloud will tend to re-thicken through the early hours. Under any of this thickest cloud, the chance for some patchy rain and drizzle, but nothing too significant, with overnight lows down to around 8 to 11 Celsius. Tomorrow then, some of that cloud will take some time to lift and break. Once it does, there should be growing amounts of brightness or sunshine through the afternoon. The lengthier spells of sunshine out to the west, and then more of us seeing sunshine towards tomorrow evening. And daytime highs up to about 12 to 15 Celsius. Looking further out then on Thursday, high pressure overhead. You can see it's not wobbling around too much, so actually quite a quiet weather day in store. There should be some lengthy spells of sunshine for the most part, predominantly dry too. I just wouldn't rule out one or two showers, and the winds will be lighter under that high pressure. Typically light to moderate in strength, and those afternoon highs up to about 13 to 16 Celsius. Friday we could start off on quite a chilly note, but once again it's one of those days with sunshine and a partial build-up of cloud, higher chance for scattered showers on Saturday and some lengthier spells for some of us on Sunday. That's your very latest. Lucy. And September was duller, wetter and cooler than average. So how is the first week of October shaping up? Join me later for that full forecast. Good evening all. Well, it was quite a dull, damp start to the day, wasn't it? But as the day progressed, it brightened up for more of us, and now it's pretty much dry out there for the vast majority. So reflecting back on September then, earlier on the Met Office released some statistics. So for Wales, as you can probably imagine, it was wetter, duller and cooler than average, wetter by around 39%. And speaking of wetter, yesterday we saw some lingering rain in North Wales. One of our weather stations in Denbighshire saw nearly a month's worth of rainfall in the space of 24 hours. So earlier on today then, the best of the sunshine was in the southwest. So for example, Wiseman Bridge here in Pembrokeshire, some nice blue skies and some patchy cloud cover. More of the same on offer tomorrow afternoon. So tonight then we will see more in the way of cloud build in. I think clearest out to the west and south. Under this thickest cloud, the chance for some spots of patchy light rain or drizzle, but nothing too significant. And those overnight lows getting down to around 8 to 12 Celsius. Some patchy mist and fog will also develop where those winds fall light. So tomorrow itself then we'll start off on quite a fairly cloudy note. Now as the day wears on, that cloud will take some time to lift and break, but once it does we will see more in the way of brightness through the afternoon. The best of that, more widespread sunshine towards the end of the day. Highs then around 12 to 15 Celsius, and the winds typically feeding in on a northeasterly breeze, typically gentle to moderate in strength. So Thursday's forecast then, high pressure very much overhead, not many isobars on those charts, and that means we'll have some lighter winds too. So more details on Thursday. Quite a nice start actually, and really through the day most of us should get to see some prolonged spells of sunshine. It should also be predominantly dry at this stage. I wouldn't rule out one or two showers. Not really much of a change in those temperatures either. So afternoon highs of around 13 to 16 Celsius, and those winds typically coming in from an easterly fashion. Further on then on Friday, you can see high pressure just about clinging on. That all changed by the time we arrived to this weekend, more in the way of low pressure tracking in from the Atlantic, and that's going to mix things up a bit. So Friday itself, probably quite a chilly start to the day. Any early mist and fog will gradually lift and clear, and then we're left with sunshine and a partial build-up of cloud. Saturday, it's all about the scattered showers, so as always, some of you will avoid those. Then on Sunday, at the moment, it does look like we'll see some outbreaks of rain and drizzle, but it doesn't look like a solid band of rain, so again, there will be some drier spells mixed in. You can see not really much of a change in those temperatures. At this stage in October, we'd expect highs of around 14 or 15 Celsius, so very much on track for what we'd expect at the time of year. That's your very latest. Back to you then, Nick.